Okay.
Hi everyone, Janine here from the Book Publishing Academy podcast. I am super excited today. On our episode, we have Coleman, who is an author, a speaker, entrepreneur. She is going to be sharing a little more with us about why she, chose to be an author inside of the Voices That Inspire anthology book. So welcome, Jameila. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for having me, Janine. I'm so excited to be here and to share my story.
Of course. Tell our listeners and viewers who are you? Like, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, so I was originally from Chicago. I moved to Wisconsin when I was like 14 years old. Um, I come from my mom, raised me as a single mom for, the earlier years of my life. And, she met my stepfather, and he was the reason why we moved to Wisconsin, to have a better life. Where we came from in Chicago was a little rough. So we came to Milwaukee, for a better opportunity for our family. So I had a chance to experience, different cultures. I was just used to being around people who look like me. So that gave me the opportunity to, experience other cultures. Um, I was able to go to school. I got my associate's degree in human service. I got my bachelor's in human service management. Um, I have four children who I'm very proud of. And I've been through just an interesting journey of twists and turns throughout my life. I've dealt with the loss of my brother, um, the loss of my father and stepfather. So a lot of things I overcame. Um, and now I'm on my entrepreneur journey. I'm a CEO and founder of Ren Harbor. So that's my passion right now, and it targets the underserved community. It's a rental app. So we're looking to serve that community. The app is designed for the tenants to pay their rent through the app, and we offer rewards and perks, to serve the underserved population. So I'm really excited about that. Um, but what I hope to um, for people to see who experience what I went through in life, dealing with the domestic violence that I overcame. I hope that people can see themselves in me, um, and be able to have hope. So that's
Love
a
it.
little bit about me and where I'm at.
I love it. And how did you know that it was time to share your story?
Whew, when the opportunity came. So when the opportunity, when I saw that you were doing, the book, um, I hesitated because it is just thinking about everything I went through, dealing with the domestic violence. I get anxiety just thinking about everything that I went through, and just to revisit all of that and what my kids had to see me go through. Um, I hesitated, and then I reflected on it, and then I said, you know what? Of all the things that I've been through in this whole ordeal, um, this is an opportunity for me to share my story in hopes that it inspires. So it was the opportunity presented to me that nudge on me to say, you need to tell this story.
Perfect. And anthologies, they usually bring together many different voices. Well, what do you hope your readers will take away from your chapter in particular?
I hope that they get, find strength within themselves, hope to see that they can overcome this situation, because I know, when I was a victim in that whole ordeal, you feel hopeless. You feel very hopeless, and don't see your you don't see yourself out of it. So I hope that people can look at my story and say, hey, if she overcame this, I can do it too.
Yeah, I definitely can resonate with that. I feel like us sharing our stories helps so many other people. With you sharing your story and writing it out, did you like what was the most challenging part for you?
Just revisiting the moments that the abuse took place and how it affected my children, and just reliving those scenarios in my head. Like a lot of times I had to stop. That's why it took a while for me to write the chapter. I had to stop. When you compiling all those memories all at one time, it gets overwhelming. So I had to take a breather a few times throughout the chapter so I can regroup and get back focused to finish the story. So just revisiting those moments of abuse.
When you were writing, did you have any moments where you felt a breakthrough in your own healing? Like having to reprocess all that?
I did, and actually I felt stronger. I felt that, like, wow, like I really went through all that, and I'm here today to tell my story.
Mhm.
So I after I finished it and I read it, I felt stronger, and I felt like I had a purpose. Um, in sharing the story, I felt like I didn't go through all this for nothing.
Mhm.
That was another reason with deciding to move forward with it. I'm like, man, I went through all this. I should at least be able to share it and inspire someone else who's feeling stuck or trapped in this situation.
I love it. How did being a part of a group of authors with similar passions or experiences impact your journey as a writer?
All right, say it again, Janine.
Like, how did your experience being with other authors as a group that have similar passions and experiences, how did that impact you on your journey?
Oh man, it just you don't feel alone. That like you're the only, because when you're going through this, it's very isolating. Um, going through abuse, the person tends to isolate you from everyone that's like around you, and you feel like you're the only person like going through this. So it's inspiring to see that it's other people that I went through, and they were able to overcome it too. So it's very empowering.
Mhm. It's very empowering. And sometimes you meet people and you're like, oh, they have it all put together. But then when you get to know them and you're like, oh my God, you went through that? So it's like a way to connect
Absolutely.
with people.
Absolutely.
How has this project influenced your confidence, your storytelling, your voice, and even your purpose moving forward?
It made me feel like I can just overcome anything that's thrown my way. It really showed me how, like I said, how strong I was, and how strong I am. I'm stronger today because of everything I went through. And I believe like the things that we go through shape us into the person. When you get through it, it shaped you into the person that you're meant to be. And I feel that everything that I went through um, has shaped me to be the strong person that I am. I feel more confident. Um, I feel like I can overcome any project, which um, led me to what I'm doing today, which is, being an entrepreneur. I had some challenges with that, and I'm still ticking. So I feel empowered that I can overcome anything.
I love that. That's an amazing feeling. If you could speak directly to a reader who's going through a similar experience to what you wrote about, what would you say to them right now?
Um, I would say as soon as you choose you,
Mm,
then everything else will choose you as well.
mm,
I can say um, once I reflected on the abuse that I went through and how I ended up there, um, it really sparked, like in my healing process, I didn't only just look at this situation with this person I went through with abuse. It was like everybody around me that needed to go,
mm,
that wasn't conducive to me being a better person, that wasn't conducive to being supportive on my journey of healing and everything in my life. So it when I chose me, I lost friends along the way, which was okay because, like I said, it wasn't conducive to where I was headed. Um, I started to attract people who filled my cup, who believed in me, um, who who inspired me, who made me feel that I can, um, you know, be what I want to be in life. So that's my message to anybody. You have to choose you, um, because if you don't, chances are you're gonna fall into the same cycle again.
mm-hmm. Something that comes up for me when you say choose you. So when I was in my abuse, a lot of people would make comments. Like, we hear this all the time of you lack self-love. You must not love yourself if you're in this abusive relationship. And when you're in it, you're like, but I do love myself. I love myself so much. Like, what do you mean, right? And then when you get out of it, and then you said that phrase, choose yourself, you realize that yes, you loved yourself to a certain extent, but there's so much more self-love to give ourselves when we do choose ourselves and when we say, like, these are my boundaries and these are the people that are going to be allowed in my life and not allowed in my life. Do you have anything to share on that?
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm happy that you brought that up because when I see people that say things like that or say, well, why can't she just leave or why can't, you just do X, Y, Z? It's easier said than done.
Mhm.
Okay. And what I want people to marinate on and abuse. There's a 75% chance of a woman, over a 75% chance of a woman being killed when she tries to leave her abuser.
Mhm.
So let that sink in for once. When you're in that situation, you're dealing with someone who is very capable of harming you and your children. So it's a double-edged sword. I mean, if you stay, yeah, you have a chance of being killed. I mean, I've seen situations where a person was with someone for like over 40 years and they dealt with abuse, and then the abuser, changed later on down the line and that person survived. But when you're going through abuse, we have to remember, I I started off before I got in this relationship. I was a very strong-minded person. Okay, very strong, outspoken, and what the abuser does is they break you down. My abuser was a really good he was a really good listener for the wrong reasons. They try to pick your brain to find your weaknesses so they can hold it against you later. And so when you're broke, once you're broken down, um, then you you start to adjust yourself to the abuse, to where you walk on eggshells, to where you try to prevent the abuse. But it's a cycle. It's the honeymoon phase. Everything's going good. Then it's the building up phase of the person being frustrated with you. Then it's the explosion where they put hands on you, and then it just repeats itself. And every cycle, and I know women can relate to this, you want to feel like it's going to somehow change. You're going to, in my situation, my abuse didn't start to after I had my child. So it was like, that's when the mask really came off, to where I saw like what I was really dealing with, and everything I shared with that person, it was being thrown back in my face, and your self-esteem and confidence, it shrinks. It shrinks so low. So you have to really, you have to really, uh, first of all, have something happen to make you want to get out, to say, this is enough. Um, and then with that little bit of strength, you have to be strategic to get yourself out of that situation. And that's what I did. And that's when, the healing start. So I would encourage people who say things like, well, she did it to, like, it's not fair to put that on the victim, because it is so many layers to that. It's not straightforward. It's not to, oh, you could just leave. Because again, over 75% of the women end up getting killed trying to get out of this situation. So we need to have more compassion for people, and just to be more understandable. And I would encourage anybody to learn the cycle abuse, the symptoms of or the signs of a person, that is a potential abuser, because 1 out of 3 women globally gets physically abused. So it is, it's an epidemic. So we really need to just be more understanding, because you never know. Don't ever say that, that would never happen to me, because I can tell you at one point in my life, I felt like something like that would never happen to me. And I'm a professional. I'm a caseworker. So we have these ideologies in our mind what a victim looks like, and it happens to everybody in all walks of life. You just don't know that they're going through it, because it's not something that you're just like, wearing a badge and happy about. But it happens so much. So we just need to have more compassion and understanding, and be supportive of the victim, because it's not an easy situation to deal with. And if you want to help, be supportive.
I used to just say that too. Oh, I would never, and why don't they just, and then God humbled me. He really humbled me, and I had to
Yes.
learn the hard way. And I definitely resonate with that of like with my situation, I said yes to an engagement in Greece because I was afraid if I said no, what would have happened to me in a third world country, in a different country. So I said yes and pretended and smiled and took the pictures and told the family. And when I came home and I was 2,000 miles away from him, I broke it off. And you have to be strategic like that because there has been so many stories of people that do leave and then it turns morbid, honestly. And so, yeah, and unfortunately, it's really hard for people to understand. They don't understand the abuse cycle, the trauma cycle. But the best thing that we can do is just have compassion, even if you don't understand. You don't have to understand, but just have compassion for the
Right.
person, right? Um,
Yes.
so yeah, thank you for sharing that. What's next for you and after this anthology? Do you have any plans for writing more, speaking, advocacy?
Yeah. So, Janine, I must say, like, going through this whole process, it inspired me to just write my own book, because this is just like a small portion of the twist. This is just one section of the twists and turns of my life. And I think everything that I've been through, and that got me here today, has most definitely inspired me to want to just write my own story, just so people, to inspire more. Um, and just to get my story out there, because I'm really feeling along the line that I am meant to be here to inspire. I don't feel that I went through everything that I've been through for nothing. And so I think this is just inspired me to just want to, give the people more
I love it.
of my life.
It's the stepping stone to the next chapter as you become an author.
Absolutely.
So if you're
Absolutely.
viewing or listening, we are having a book launch event. It's going to be October 4th in Phoenix. It's going to be at Testal Mexican Kitchen in downtown Phoenix from 4 to 6. Super excited. Come down, have some tacos with us. We'll be eating. Proceeds of the book will be getting donated to She Thrives Foundation. They are a nonprofit that specializes in helping women with education and financial literacy to be able to leave domestic violence situations. And so at the event, we'll be reading excerpts from our book. We'll be selling the book. You can take pictures with the authors. It's going to be a really good night. So I cannot wait, and we hope to see you there.
Yeah, I'm
What
excited.
I know, I'm excited. What last minute words would you leave everyone with?
Um, I would say no matter what your situation or circumstances are, just believe that you have the power within you to overcome anything. And when I share when I do my next book, you guys will be like, "Whoa, she went through all that and she's still here." So if I can go through all of that, I know anybody that's out there watching, looking at this, you can overcome anything. You just have to. All you need the what is it the strength of a mustard seed within yourself, and build off of that, and just keep going and don't look back.
Such great words to leave everyone with. Where can our listeners or viewers reach you? Are you on social media? Where can they contact you?
Yeah. So I'm on Facebook, Jameila Coleman. And for my entrepreneur, I have Rent Harbor. If you go to my website, rentharborapp.com, my website is there. You can see what I'm doing with my business. That's serving the underserved community. We're also Rent Harbor is also on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and LinkedIn. So
Awesome.
you can find me there.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us today. It has been a pleasure. And guys, if you're listening, make sure that you subscribe, you leave a comment and review, and share with a friend. And we will see you on the next episode. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you.